The day Gen Z got cursed. We've never reacted to this content creator. I don't know. You say Rayote? Rayote is my guess of his name. The original video will be in the top link of the description. Please go support the original content creator. The name of this video really caught my attention, and I'm interested. Let's see what this man's talking about.
January 26th, 2020 was the day everything seemed to change.
It's about to be the pandemic.
For the worse. It also happened to be my 15th birthday. I can't seem to remember much about.
That's brutal. Oh, I feel for you, dog. That's brutal. He was still in high school. That was fucked.
The day, other than the fact that I was scrambling to finish my science fair project for school. And oh yeah, one of my childhood heroes died in a helicopter crash with his daughter.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I can still feel the shock of my brother texting me RIP Kobe and the subsequent Google search confirming the news. My family was never big on birthday celebrations, so I didn't have a big party to look forward to, spending much of the day coming to grips with this passing. It was the first time a celebrity death seemed to have any real impact on my emotional state. I wasn't immediately overwhelmed by grief or
obviously I'm not a huge fan of basketball, and I didn't really know. It was one of those deaths where you're like, holy shit, bro, what the fuck is going on?
Sadness. Honestly, after I got the news, everything just felt off. I felt a deep pit in my stomach that persisted for the rest of the day, and I had trouble focusing on my science project. Unfortunately, this feeling did not subside, and the coming week, I was filled with a similar strange pit in my stomach, as well as a more bleak outlook on life. The first semester of 9th grade, I had a blast. Starting high school, making friends, it was a time of much optimism. But after Kobe passed,
yeah, my 9th grade was not filled with optimism.
It felt like the joy in the world went with him. A month later, we all know what happened. All of a sudden, we were stuck inside. I'd made great strides to socialize and make friends my freshman year, and now the only communication I could have with them was over Discord. The rest of 2020 and 2021...
This shit really fucked up it really did hurt our generation more than I think than we realized. Like, it will have long-lasting impacts basically on our entire life. It's not just how it fucked our development. Especially, I mean, think about Gen Alpha, bro. Like, they're especially screwed. It's not just that it fucked our development and fucked, like, socialization. It also fucked, like, everything else. Like, in America, too. It really hurt. It really fucked a lot of things.
Ended up being the worst time of my life. Not because I remember it as particularly bad, but because I can hardly remember it at all. I can't recall any significant memories from that time of my life other than...
I have so many. I loved COVID. I know I'm very lucky to have the opposite experience as most people. But I loved it, bro. Oh my god.
Zoom classes and watching movies in my bedroom. The isolation got to me bad. I know this because of the media I consumed. BoJack Horseman, Blue is the Warmest Color, Manchester by the Sea, Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan, Perfect Blue.
I don't know, but all the BoJack Horseman is just a great show. Everybody should watch it before they die. It's one of those masterpieces. Go watch it right now. I swear to God.
Archie's Final Project. All of these are great pieces of art, but were terrible picks for an isolated high schooler who was still trying to figure out life. Eventually, we got back to the outside world, but nothing was the same. The youthful optimism and wide-eyed curiosity I possessed before had left me. My hatred for school grew exponentially, but I also had no clue what I wanted to do with my life, which created this self-fulfilling loop of misery. The rest of high school was a slog, a never-ending cycle of tests, essays, and a deep longing for more.
Yeah, I just didn't do it. They were like, yo, you gotta do this, and I said, no. That was pretty much my whole school experience.
From life. I just wish I could go back to that first semester of 9th grade and stay there forever. But
I think it's a good video, though, because I think that this is probably how a lot of people feel. There really is, like... There's a lot of people that really are very nostalgic for a time in their past. Which I can tell you right now is definitely rose-tinted glasses, by the way. But it's a real feeling that people have. That emotion makes perfect sense. Even though it's not true. I experienced it too for a while, until eventually I realized that I'm much happier today than I was then. But I think I have a rare experience where it feels like my life and who I am as a person has just continuously improved. Not that I haven't had setbacks or moments that sucked. I'm not saying that, but I keep pushing and growing as a person. I think not enough people do that. I think they'd end up feeling a lot more fulfilled if they did work on that stuff. But I think also a lot of people feel like, well, what's the reason for working on that stuff, you know? Because like, well, what's us dating getting fucked up, like romantic relationships getting fucked up, for a community dying and being murdered by a bunch of things in society has killed a lot of the purpose around being human. You know, the basic path of, and not being able to financially, like, afford, like, children and a girlfriend, you know what I mean, too, or a wife, sorry, right? That really fucked a lot of people up, because now it's like, well, what do I do? Because at one point it would have been, I go to school, I do well in school, I go to college, I do well in college, I get a good job, you know what I mean, and I work to provide for a family. And then I die. Like, that was life. And that sounds kind of depressing to me, because obviously I wouldn't want that. That's not the type of person I am. But most people do just want to live that. And now they can't. So it leaves a lot of people feeling this way that this person is saying, I think. You know, just no hope. We're fucked, you know, kind of attitude towards things. There's nothing we can do. Which I believe isn't true. I believe we have all the power in our hands to do something about this shit. And that we gotta wake the fuck up and stop the self-hate and work on it together. That's
Time
what I
waits
believe.
for no man, and every year that passes, that 14-year-old that I once knew grows farther and farther out of reach, and the pressures of growing up mount ever heavier.
Yeah, also, that's the other thing, too, is he got hit with this, like, when he was in high school. He's probably just getting older. He's probably just growing up and realizing these things about the world, like everything's meaningless, like all this shit that like everybody ends up realizing, you know, when they grow up.
I used to make fun of millennials a lot. I would make the same
I still do. They suck dick.
tired
Fuck
jokes about them
millennials.
being the participation trophy generation.
They are. Yes. Yes.
How they think they're more special than they actually are.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
But I no longer make these jokes because
why not?
at least millennials seem to have purpose. Gen Z, by
They don't. They have the illusion of purpose.
stark contrast, is clinically meandering, too afraid to publicly care about anything, yet secretly overly concerned with everything.
True.
Millennials think they can make a difference. We know that we can't.
And that's not true. See, this is the problem. This is my issue with my generation. Everybody is so fucking hopeless, bro, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them for a second. It makes perfect sense why you believe there's nothing you can do, but I promise you, if we work together, we can change the system. We can. I know we can. If you're watching this right now, you can fucking do something about your life. And you can do something about the people you love's lives as well. You can do something. I know at every turn, everywhere you look, it looks like you can't. I know why you feel the way that you do because I felt the same way. But I promise you, you can do something about it. You can. I'm telling you, I swear on everything, you can. We can, together as a generation, we can change this shit. I promise you, I swear to God we can. Fuck anybody who tells you you can't. Fuck anybody who tries to make you hate yourself. And fuck anyone and everything that makes you hate other people and yourself. Fuck them all. We can change things. We can.
So we don't even try, unless it's by damaging property or getting engagement on social media.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The BLM shit. I'm
Growing
not
up
gonna
was
get
a
into that
lie
again.
for Gen Z. It wasn't Zac Efron dancing and playing basketball. It was 8 hours of Zoom classes for a year and masks for another. We don't want to have fun. We just want everyone to think that we are. Reality is artificial. Authenticity is scarce. Everything now is aura farming, nonchalant slop. If I talk to a Gen Z woman, 50% of the time I'll be subjected to incoherent word vomit about how all her friends are fake and how she needs to post again.
Oh it feels so. It's funny, but it also is very sad, man.
I talk to a Gen Z guy, 50% of the time it'll turn into a subtle contest to assert dominance and prove that you get more women, make more money, and have.
Bro, why are dudes like this? Like, I don't fucking care. I hope you do make more money than me and get no, not that. I hope you do make a lot of money and get a lot of bitches and get it. Like, I hope you do. If you want to get married, I hope you do have it. Why is everybody always trying to like compete with each other? Like, there is like a fun competitiveness you could have with other dudes, right? But like people like get like weird about it. It's like, bro, shut the like, dude, just live your life, man. I'm proud of you. I hope you're doing great. Like, why is everybody gotta be so weird?
If you try to be interested in something, you're corny and trying to.
Dude, I just got a flowers jump scare. This man is the best. No. Everybody go fucking subscribe to this guy. I never hear anybody use Flowers by Kanye West. Bro, oh my God, he's him.
Have more fun than
him does. Using that as background.
Try to be interested
in song, you guys don't understand this song, bro. Maybe I do get into it right now, just because this video we're getting a little introspective. That song changed my fucking life. Art in general has changed my. There's actually 2 times with Ye's music or Kanye's music, whatever the fuck you want to say. I don't care. He always said, what did he say in his tweet? Like, if you're friends with me, or my friends call me Ye, or the people that know about me call me Ye. So I always call him Kanye, because I was like, well, I'm not friends with him. I don't know him as a person. Anyways. That song, bro, I was working a retail job and was probably the most depressed I have ever been in my entire life. And I saw the Donda 2 performance that he did. And when I heard Flowers, I literally dropped. It was like 3 a.m. I'm in my parents' house living room on my knees crying. Thinking, what the fuck am I doing, bro? Is this really what I want to do? Is this really my life? Is it really? And then I realized I could change it. And I'm in the middle of changing it. And it's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's hard, bro. But you gotta have that mentality. You can change it. I'm telling you. Don't let these people make you think you can't. Don't let these people make you hate yourself. I promise you. I promise you.
Something, you're corny and trying too hard. If someone makes you mad, you got rage baited. If you keep up with the news, you get anxious. If you don't keep up with the news, you become isolated. It feels like nothing really matters anymore. Massive events pass by like they're nothing. Time is running at 2 times speed.
I'm so distracted by this goated ass song, bro.
Is not what you thought it would be. I feel like we currently occupy an alternate reality and the timeline split. Like we're
now he's playing. Now he's playing Never See Me Again. This man said this is the main.
We currently occupy an alternate reality and the timeline split. Like we're in a Black Mirror episode warning us of the negative effects of a prolonged period of societal isolation. Sometimes when I'm sitting alone,
well, we live in a dystopian future now. We do. We're in the early stages of one. Like, obviously, it doesn't look like, and it's never going to look like how the movies portray it. You know what I mean? But we are basically in the cyberpunk universe. You know? We are.
Imagine myself.
And I think that's important. We do need to like acknowledge that so we can change it. You do need to acknowledge the reality right now, and then we, like I said, we can change it, bro. I'm gonna keep saying
January 25th, 2020.
I'm gonna keep fucking saying it.
The night LeBron passed Kobe on the all-time scorers list, and I could just warn him that I could prevent the imminent tragedy from happening. I didn't realize what Kobe Bryant meant to me until he was gone. You see, I grew up a Dallas Mavericks fan, so I spent my entire childhood rooting against Kobe whenever he'd play my team. It wasn't until his retirement that I found myself watching all of his interviews and falling in love with his mindset and approach to life. He represented everything that I aspired to be like: driven, obsessive, thoughtful, curious, a man who spoke through his actions, and he will forever have a special place in my memory because of that. I'm writing this at 2 a.m. because I can't sleep and want to put this restlessness to use, but really, I guess this is more so just a message to myself. Maybe the timeline did split. Maybe this is the darkest timeline. Maybe growing up is not what you thought it would be.
Here we go.
So what? Make it count while you're here.
Oh. I was gonna say, well, you could change it, but still, that was a based-ass video. Oh my god! I gotta, hold on. Dude, genuinely. I heard flowers in the background as you saw me chat live on my reaction. Please go support this motherfucker. Dude, that sparked a lot of me. Siri, I'm gonna say it one more time before we go. I'm gonna say it until you guys believe it. You can change it. If there is something in your life that you don't like, you can change it. All of the power in the world is literally in your hands. It is in our hands. We are not hopeless. We are not powerless. Don't let politics, politicians, government, big corporations manipulate you and brainwash you into thinking that you don't have any power. The reality is they don't have any power. They only have power because they make you think that you don't have power. But the people that are in power are the most insecure people on the planet. You think you have insecurities? All these people, like I said, all the people at big corporations, the government, all of those people, politicians, they're the ones that have the most insecurities. If you stand the fuck up and say, I don't give a shit what you think, they get scared, bro. Because the way that they have power is by controlling you and making you think that you have none. You can change and do anything you want with your life.